The next topic is what is Java constructor. So I have already shown you that this is the Java constructor. What is it? I will show you. So Java is a special kind of a Java constructor is a special kind of method in Java. It has the same name as that of the class name. These are some of the special features of Java constructor. It has the same name as that of a class name. Here you can see the name of the constructor is same as that of the class, right? This is the first property. It does not have any return type. So a Java constructor does not have any return type. Its syntax is similar to method. So if you would see here in this method, in this class, we do not have declared any constructor, but we can declare a constructor. We haven't declared this constructor, but this is a default constructor. So we have the option to declare or not to declare this constructor. If we do not declare any constructor inside a Java class, it uses the default constructor. A Java constructor cannot be static, final, or abstract. So these keywords cannot be used alongside the Java constructor. Class always have a default constructor whether you have declared it or not. But if you define a custom constructor, then default constructor is no longer in use. The same thing, we can either declare a constructor or opt not to declare it. So there are two types of constructors in Java: non-parameterized constructor and parameterized constructor. So here you can see the non-parameterized constructor. This is a class and this is the default constructor, my class. So it is, you can see it is similar to a method, right? Okay, let me give example here. If I have to create a constructor inside this class, then what I have to do is I have to write the name of the class and yeah, so you can say this is one of the default constructor of this class. It does not have any body. I can also give it a body. I can give any print statement inside it. This is constructor. Okay. So whenever I will create this object, this constructor will be called. So it means whenever the object of this class will be created, this statement will be printed. This is constructor, right? Because it will call this constructor every time. Okay, let's execute this code now and see what is the difference. Okay, so it has executed hello world, and then it has, see, while creating the object, it is calling the default constructor and it is printing what is declared inside the constructor. So it has printed this is constructor and then went on to print the statement which is written inside the my method and then the value of the name variable, right? I hope you understand that. So this is the use of the constructor. So this is a default constructor. I will give you a example of the parameterized constructor also. So here you can see the example of the parameterized constructor. We have a class named my class. We have a variable int. We have a parameterized constructor. So in parameterized constructor, we give the parameters inside the constructor. We provide the parameters to a constructor. So we have provided a parameter which is of type int, integer, and the name of the integer is y. So here what we are doing, we are creating the object of the class inside the main method, and because this is a parameterized constructor, we are passing a parameter to the parameterized constructor, which is 5. So we are passing value 5 to this integer y. So when we pass this at this line, when it will call my class constructor, the value of y will become 5. And when it goes to this statement, num is equals to y, num is the integer that we had declared at the beginning of the class. So the num is equals to y means here the num will become 5, and here we are printing the num variable, so it will print 5 here because it has become 5 here. Got it? So what I said, we have given the value 5 to int y, which then pass on to num, and num will become 5 here. That's why when this statement will be executed, it will print number 5 here. Okay, let's take one example. So I am converting this default constructor to parameterized constructor, right? String uh, str, okay, and let's remove the value of this string, and we will define the value of string name inside this parameterized constructor. Name is equals to str, right? This is the constructor we are calling here. So whatever value we will pass on to this constructor, to this statement, it will be passed on to this name variable. So let's say I want to pass the value Karthik. So what will happen? The Karthik will pass on to string, and then name will become Karthik here. And when we execute this, it will print the name Karthik. See, so this is the application of parameterized constructor. I hope you understand this. Thank you very much.